If you're over 50 and feeling stuck, invisible, or like your confidence has slowly faded, I want to share 3 small habits that helped me reignite my self-worth and begin showing up for me again, because it's not too late to feel powerful, beautiful, and alive again. It starts with tiny steps, and these changed everything for me. Hi, I'm Alba, and this is Inspired Over 50, a place where we remind ourselves and each other that our best years can still be ahead. After decades of caring for my family and business, I realized I had lost a part of myself. I had confidence once, but slowly, over time, I stopped seeing it in the mirror. I wasn't broken. I was just buried under everyone else's needs. And so I started making small changes, not dramatic, not difficult, just little shifts in my daily life. And those little shifts brought my confidence back to life. Today's conversation is close to my heart because it's personal, raw, and real. I'm going to share 3 simple habits that were game changers for me when I was feeling stuck, undervalued, and unsure of my worth. They might seem like small everyday practices, but trust me, their impact was monumental. Let's start with habit number 1. Speak kindly to yourself out loud. The first thing I did, I stopped being my own critic and started becoming my encourager. You see, for years I was extremely hard on myself. Even when I accomplished something, there was always a but that overshadowed it. But it wasn't done perfectly, but it took too long. But others did it better. I became my own worst enemy. But then something shifted within me. I looked at myself in the mirror and said, enough, this ends now. So I started talking to myself the way I would talk to my best friend, with kindness, understanding, and encouragement. But here's the twist. I didn't just think these kind words, I said them out loud. Every morning I look at my reflection and say, you are growing, you are strong, you don't need to earn your worth, you already have it. Saying these words out loud made them real, not just for my ears, but for my heart and soul. At first, it felt silly and maybe a bit fake, but after a few weeks, something remarkable happened. I started believing them. You see, for years I hadn't believed any positive words spoken about me, let alone by me. I always had a counter-argument ready, but as I continued speaking kindly to myself, those words began to take root. I realized that what I tell myself becomes my reality. If you wouldn't say it to your best friend, don't say it to yourself. Imagine what it would be like if you treated yourself as you would your closest companion, with love, respect, and support. That's how I want to treat you. And remember, you deserve all the kindness and encouragement you can get. Habit number 2, 1 tiny promise a day. When I felt lost and unmotivated, I turned 2 small goals, but not just any goals. Goals that nurtured my well-being and aligned with my values. It wasn't about achieving big success overnight. It was about making small, consistent progress that added up over time. I promised myself I'd stretch for just 5 minutes every morning. It didn't matter how lazy or uninspired I felt. I'd roll out of bed and do my stretches. Some days it was challenging, but most days it brought a smile to my face as I watched my body awaken and feel stronger. Another promise I made was to drink a full glass of water before my coffee. I was tired of starting my day with caffeine and neglecting hydration, so I made a conscious choice to prioritize my health. It was a simple yet powerful ritual that made me feel nourished and energized. But perhaps the most significant promise I made was to stop scrolling when I felt overwhelmed. I'd seen firsthand the detrimental effects of social media comparison and the constant influx of information. So I promised myself to pause, breathe, and disconnect whenever I felt overloaded. It was a promise to myself to protect my mental well-being and to honor my need for solitude and introspection. Keeping these promises was my way of demonstrating to myself that I could be trusted. It was about building that bridge between my aspirations and reality, 1 tiny step at a time. Confidence doesn't come from doing big things. It comes from keeping small promises to yourself. Each promise said, you matter, you are worth showing up for. And when I followed through, even on the hard days, I started trusting myself again. And finally, habit number 3, protect your morning like a sacred space. I used to wake up and immediately start reacting to emails, messages, and the demands of the day. It was as if the world had a hold of my mornings, dictating how I started my day. I felt like a puppet, jerked around by external forces beyond my control. But then, I decided to reclaim my mornings. I established a sacred space, a time solely dedicated to myself, my needs and my dreams. Now, even if it's just 15 minutes, my mornings are mine. I sit in quiet, breathe deeply, and reconnect with myself. Sometimes I journal, pouring my thoughts and feelings onto paper. Other days I simply place my hand over my heart and say the words, I am here, I am enough, I am still growing. These moments are my lifeline, a reminder that I am not defined by my past mistakes or the expectations of others. It's during this sacred time that I feel most connected to myself. I reflect on my goals, dreams, and values, setting intentions for the day ahead. It's in these quiet moments that I find clarity, peace, and the strength to face whatever challenges may come my way. Protecting my morning has given me back a sense of power, reminding me that I am the architect of my life and that I have the ability to shape each day according to my needs and desires. It's a habit that has brought so much richness to my life, and I encourage you to establish your own daily rituals to reclaim your mornings and embrace the beauty of each new day. I hope these habits inspired you as they've guided me through my own journey. Remember, you don't need to fix everything all at once. You just need to remind yourself every single day that you are worth the effort. These habits might seem small, but they have the power to transform your perspective and bring about significant changes in your life. As you incorporate these practices into your routine, you'll likely notice a shift in how you view yourself and your capabilities. It's amazing what a difference treating yourself with kindness, keeping small promises, and reclaiming your mornings can make. Over time, these actions compound, creating a ripple effect that touches every aspect of your life. You'll find yourself standing taller, speaking softer to yourself, and believing in your ability to create a life you truly love. I've personally experienced the profound impact of these habits, and I'm eager to hear your thoughts and experiences as well. Feel free to share your own strategies or ask questions. Your engagement is what makes this community so vibrant and supportive. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to show your support by giving this video a like, subscribing to Inspired Over 50, and sharing it with friends who might also benefit from these habits. Together, we can continue to uplift and inspire one another on our journey towards growth and self-discovery. Remember, you are capable of amazing things. Embrace these habits, trust in yourself, and watch as your life transforms before your eyes. Thank you for joining me on this inspiring journey. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind to yourself, and keep believing in your infinite potential. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to show your support by giving this video a like, subscribing to Inspired Over 50, and sharing it with friends who might also benefit from these habits. Together, we can continue to uplift and inspire one another on our journey towards growth and self-discovery. Remember, you are capable of amazing things. Embrace these habits, trust in yourself, and watch as your life transforms before your eyes. Thank you for joining me on this inspiring journey. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind to yourself, and keep believing in your infinite potential.